Yo, what's good, my fellow deadheads? Your overlord has returned with yet another JJK Fans and Parade video. Had a little bit more energy than usual, so I decided that I would stand today for this video, but I do not have a standing desk. I just have a easy to move webcam. That is why we are looking down on you at a certain angle, but the dead man will never look down on you. The dead man's only looking over you. There we go. Boom. But today we are here to talk about costumes. You know what's crazy? I actually never noticed that Gojo was in the background of this costume until right fucking now. Is this man Gojo posing for his picture too? Like, bro, what? Because he's kind of leaned over right now, and the balloons are kind of in the same. If you look at the back of Gojo's art, can you see? We'll get to that in a second, chat. We're here to talk about costumes today. When costumes are coming back, why costumes should come back. Will they be free to play? Will they be sweaty? How are costumes going to shape the game in the future? And some things that they already taken an L on costumes. I'll explain what I mean by that a little bit later. But if you guys do enjoy these videos, you can definitely go down below, hit the like, leave a subscribe, hit the notification bell. You can also you can go down below, hit the like, hit the subscribe, hit the notification bell so you can get notified every single time the dead man decides to glide. You can also comment down below and let me know what you want to know. But without further ado, we're going to go ahead and start yapping. So guys, whenever we were in the half anniversary for the first version or the first anniversary for the Japanese version, whenever we were in the half anniversary for the global version, I think I just said the first version by accident, and then in the first anniversary for the Japanese version, we actually got the introduction of the mechanic costumes, and we can see that there's only 2 characters right now with costumes because this was never a moment during JJK, and actually is Yuji. Yeah, Yuji is literally in the background up there. That is actually really thoughtful how Yuji and Gojo are actually just in each other's, like, photobombing each other unintentionally, and they didn't even realize. That's actually really hilarious because the literal balloon positioning of Gojo and Yuji is really cool. So already a really cool thing about costumes. Costumes usually come out in like a bundle, right? Like a theme, right? So Yuji and Gojo's came out together, and literally they're like related, you know? They're all from the Phantom Ship gacha period, right? For the first anniversary. So literally we just have little stuff like this, and plus the costume looks really good. I mean, the characters' arts look really cool in the base form for sure. Like, there's nothing wrong with that, yes, but it's just another what, chat? It's another customization. And if we do not know, the dead man is somebody who absolutely loves to customize his account in any ways that he possibly can. Man, standing up makes it so much easier to rock out of the damn camera. I gotta be careful. But yes, these costumes do not also double as giving characters a different cosmetic, but they do also add stats on to the character as well. So you can see here, Gojo, obviously all of his animations are going to change in the sense that he is wearing a suit for them now, but also is going to be that he is getting an extra 100 cursed energy. So costumes do give stats. It's not like a world of difference with the stats you get, but when you consider that all of your stats are going into percentages and being buffed and multiplied in battle, then every little bit that you can add that's a flat number always is going to help a very big deal. If you look at Yuji, his costume effect is 100 taijutsu because Yuji's just don't have cursed energy, but you can see his little character in battle thing, and you can see his little chibi character as well. But the reason why costumes are so important is because, yes, yet again, it's just another form of growth for characters, technically, because it does provide stats. Even though it's only 100 jujutsu, I mean, hey, bro, who knows? That 100 jujutsu could be the flat number that you needed before all your stuff was multiplied to that last little extra 1% of damage, right? But more damage is always going to be good unless you're talking in the case of like maybe like Curse Sweep Battle, and you're trying to like time the stuff just right so you can use certain skills during certain phases, and maybe you kill the boss too fast and didn't have enough time to set up for something in a certain phase. But in most cases, more stats usually equal better results, and not even just this game, in any gacha game really. And I know people are also maybe kind of thinking like, no, Deadman, I don't want more costumes, but you have to really think about it. Like, everything in this game that they have introduced as a completely premium thing has been a completely premium thing from the start. What do I mean by that? When they introduced the chain pack, right? When they introduced the chain pack, yes, had 2 nodes to start off that are free, the 3 AP packs altogether that you get, but then after the 3rd day, you do have to start paying money for it. And even though free-to-play players had access to the first 2 days, free-to-play players always knew to get completely through the chain pack, you have to spend money. So in all reality, that was something that was premium, and when it came out, it was premium from the start. They advertised it as a premium thing. Everybody knew that it was a premium thing, and everybody viewed it as such. Hell, held it in their heart as such. All right, cool. What's a free-to-play thing that came out and has still remained consistently free-to-play till this day? The wish list. Every single month on the wish list, you get to choose your own character or recollection bit. You get to choose from 3 characters or 3 recollection bits for one of out of all 6 of them. They're usually dog shit anyway. It doesn't really matter, but I do feel like once we get the versions synced up together, we might start seeing a lot better things for the wish list, because it would feel really bad for JP players if they didn't even have something like the wish list, but yet Global had the wish list, and Global was literally consistently just getting banger after banger after banger for free in their wish list, right? Like, next month's wish list needs to have like Saki Rindo or something like that. I know that's really crazy. I know that's a big jump because she's not like inside of the original cast of characters that were in the game, and it seems like they're kind of just sticking to that right now. But I think that any character who is a standard banner character should be able to join the wish list. And damn, should I make a separate video talking about how the wish list could be improved? I don't know. Let me know down below. But I digress. Everything that has come to the game that has been premium from the start, premium introduced as a premium thing, has stayed a premium thing. Everything that has been introduced to the game as a completely free thing has stayed in the game as a completely free thing. Everything else that has been introduced as something that has both aspects to it has stayed exactly as that, something with both aspects to it. So even though people might not like the idea of costumes because costumes are just another thing for them to charge you for in this game, what we have to remember is that Gojo's costume was a premium costume that we had to pay for. Yuji's costume was literally a free-to-play costume that we could pick up. Now, some people who play the global version might have a misconception about Yuji's costume because they weren't playing during the half anniversary. They didn't pick up the costume for free, and then whenever the costume returned, the costume cost money. Now, that is one thing that I think needs to be fixed with costumes 100%, because there was definitely a wave of characters, or a wave of players who got Yuji's costume for free, and then there were newer people who were coming and joining after the fact. And you can say like, oh, that's your fault for not joining the game at the time. That's your punishment for not being here when we gave it away for free. But I'm sorry, bro. I don't care how much money you need. I don't care how much popularity you need. I don't care how much you're trying to promote. I don't care how much you need to push. Like, at the end of the day, you cannot maintain a good service if you do not care about the people who are maintaining your service. Not the people working on the service, but the people who bring you like your money and shit for the service. I.e., what does that mean? What is the dead man saying? The customers are equally as important as the workers. If the customers are not happy, then your money will go down. You will not be able to pay your workers. If the workers are not happy, the work ethic will go down, and your players will not be happy with the things that are being put out. Then that equals to less money. It is all one big cycle, or one big coin. The two sides of the same coin, your workers and your player base, right? You as a CEO head maybe don't give a shit, don't think about it like this, but like, yes, both sides must be maintained, both sides must be happy for things to continue to be good for your game, because they constantly interact with each other. The developers constantly work on the game, schedule the game, release the game, publish the stuff, you know, make sure everything is done right. We constantly play it, give feedback, and literally our statistics of how much we played this game mode or how much we didn't play this game mode, because they keep all those statistics, right? All those statistics determine what game modes are going to continue to get worked on, what game modes are going to get booted, whatever. But I believe that Yuji's costume should have 1,000,000,000% been free on the second rerun. And I'm not just saying that as somebody who got Yuji's costume in the first place, so it doesn't matter to me. Honestly, since I got Yuji's costume for free in the first place and it doesn't matter to me, I should care even less. But in all reality, I still want everybody to have the opportunity that I had, because it's just unfair for you to literally put the same thing in people's face and they not have the same opportunity that I had when I initially interacted with it. So instead of making Yuji's costume cost money when it came back, you quite literally should have just bundled it into some sort of costume shop or something like that. That was literally 100% the only choice that made sense. Bringing something back that was free for 1,000,000 people and then making it cost $25 for the next 1,000,000 people is really crazy. Which is funny, because that is actually how life works. Like, life typically works in a way where a really good thing happens and a bunch of people put money into it, and then they wait for just enough people to put money into it to realize how many people are really dedicated to the thing. Then they spike the price up, and then everybody else who tries to join that thing afterwards just never has a chance to get that experience ever again. Netflix, for example. Netflix, you used to be able to have Netflix in a bunch of people, different people's houses. People used to share Netflix. It used to be really cheap. They continually have been going up on their prices all these years, and then literally they eventually got to a point where they region locked your Netflix and you all have to live in the same house to use the Netflix. So it's just like, over time, it was like there were a cast of people on the planet who were able to access Netflix for free, basically, from their homies, from their friends, from their families. And then literally a whole news era of people were never able to experience that. Or I guess you can experience it if your parents pay for it, if you're young and you still live with your parents. But like, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's just like things happen in the world naturally and they go away and then people can't experience them anymore and they become old time relics. And honestly, Yuji's costume, it came out 3 months prior to it coming back. Like, people didn't forget that it was free, so you know people were definitely mad about it costing money. And that is one thing, again, we should definitely work to keep things consistent. Billy, Zoomzap, you have been mostly decent people when it comes to keeping the premium stuff premium, keeping the free-to-play stuff free-to-play, even though there's a very small amount of it, and keeping the in-between stuff in between. So this is still in between, yes, but no, it's not even in between. If both of the costumes cost money, they just made it completely premium and took away the free-to-play aspect. Yeah. We need to try and make the we need to try and keep the in-between things in between, right? And not make them completely premium. That's not a good idea because people loved getting a free costume. Everybody hated paying for a costume that was already free in the game before. So completely keep doing free costumes, bring back free characters, bring back a bunch of free stuff. Both of the versions are synced now. You got a bigger player base. You're gonna make big money either way. You have multiple player bases, and one of them is global, so there are people playing all around the world along with your JP money that you're getting. So, dude, just be a little more generous. Give more free stuff. Make Yuji's costume free the next time it comes back. Shit, anybody who spent $25, I'm kidding, you can't really do this. I don't know if you have a way to track this. I was about to say, anybody who paid $25 for Yuji's costume, send them a fucking refund and give them the costume anyway. I don't know that they can do that. I doubt they can. Actually, no, they probably could do that. Well, no, they could probably give you something in-game as a compensation, but they probably wouldn't be able to give you actual real-life compensation. But that's besides the point. I believe costumes are coming back during the Sync celebration, though. I don't even think I said that, but that was the premise of this entire video. That is what I believe. Costumes will come back. And also, I think that costumes will start to introduce more stats besides just curse technique or physical technique, depending on who the costume is for. This is the first time they did a costume, and then it feels like JJK likes to throw things into the game and then let them sit for a really long time, and then like they wait for an extreme response to that thing, right? So they leave it in the game and they wait for somebody to go, why is it still fucking here, or something, right? And then they get rid of it. Or they wait for somebody to go like, why is this not better? And then they fix it. But it's just like, dude, just put stuff in the game, experiment with stuff. Don't be scared. Don't be a reactionary hero, man. Be an action hero. An action hero does stuff, gets stuff done. A reactionary hero waits for stuff to happen and then reacts and does stuff after that. And while being a reactionary hero in real life is actually very intelligent, being an action hero is what we're looking for in anime. And this is an anime game. So be an action hero, drop new stuff, experiment. Don't make it all premium, but give us new stuff to test out, see how we like it, really listen to the community, and really communicate with the community as well, so we can have a very close relationship with you, Zoomzap, Billy. If we had a closer relationship, I wouldn't be calling you dickheads all the time, maybe. I don't know. Chat, can you believe I almost forgot to tell you the reason why I said they're already selling costumes? The reason why they're already selling costumes is because during the first anniversary, they released the Yuji and the Gojo costume. And bro, you see Nobara? They didn't give us that as a costume, bro. Or Megami. But like, fuck Megami. Nobara's whole thing is that she's like I guess a rough country girl, or like an outskirts type of girl, and she wants to live that life that like the pretty bougie girls live. But she's a jujutsu sorcerer. That's why she came to Tokyo, right? So it's just like you finally give Nobara one of these beautiful, frilly, girly girl type of dresses, and I'm just like, bro, this is exactly what Nobara wanted. She even got the pearl necklace, bro, and we can't even get that shit as a costume, bro. Lock in, Billy. That's it for the video. Love you guys. Bye. But that's going to be it for your boy DEADMANVINCE. If you guys think that costumes can come back and be a very good system for the game, then go down below, leave a like, comment, hit the notification bell, or comment, subscribe, hit the notification bell, get notified every single time the Deadman decides to glide. And if you think that costumes are a bad idea to come back, like, comment, subscribe, hit the notification bell, and notify the Deadman every time you want to get notified. Stop being a dickhead and trying to spread negative energy. That's going to be it for your boy DEADMANVINCE. I love ya. Bye.